You know, this morning I heard a very painful, hurtful, and discouraging conversation. And then I realized it was coming from inside my head. Yeah, I was putting myself down. I was saying things about myself I wouldn't say to anybody else. Do you know what I'm talking about? You see, we all have this mental loop, these thoughts that we keep thinking over and over again. And the reality is, maybe we can't erase it, but we can replace them with positive thoughts. What I realized this morning is I was on the wrong train of thought. And trains can only go in one direction. They can't go in two different directions at the same time. So we can't have faith and fear at the same time. We cannot have love and hate at the same time. You cannot go up and down at the same time. You have to choose a direction. So this morning when I woke up, I realized that out of habit, I woke up with the wrong thoughts. I was on the wrong train. And luckily, because I have grown over time and I recognized that I was on the wrong train, I was able to say, stop, Jewel, cancel, get off this train. Because as long as I was on that train, I recognized that a train has cars connected to it. And they're connected to the very first train, the very first car, and they're following it. So what's the first thought when you wake up? If it's, I don't want to go to work. I hate my body. I'm in so much pain. I'm so old. I'm so fat. I hate my house. I hate my house. I hate my mate. Then if that's your first thought, what do you think the connecting thoughts will be? They will take you in the direction, a negative, toxic, harmful direction. So what I did this morning is I said, I'm getting off that train. I recognized very quickly what was happening, because when we experience such emotion, it affects us internally. It changes our mood. It changes everything about us. And so we have to be very conscious of what train we're on. So I changed trains and I went in the opposite direction. And I began to experience a thought of gratitude, and then connected to gratitude was joy, then connected to joy was happiness, and then connected to joy was abundance and beauty and peace of mind, because I caught the right train. You see, whatever we begin to think about, we start to talk about, and whatever we talk about, we begin to feel. And what we feel dictates our behavior. So if we wake up with the thoughts of wake up with the thoughts that are of depression and grief and anger and just regrets, then we start talking like that, we start feeling like that, and then we start walking and acting like that. But if you catch the right train, the train of gratitude, the train of faith, the train of love, the train of peace, the train of success, and you're thinking those thoughts, you start having a different conversation. And because you're talking differently, you feel differently. And when you feel differently, you act differently. Your behavior is determined by what you are thinking. So it's very important you understand this principle about your train of thought. Again, what you think about, you talk about. What you talk about, you feel. And what you feel, you do. You know how when children used to say, I don't feel like doing it? It's because they were thinking it and talking about it, and I don't feel like it, so they don't do it. And sometimes we have little tantrums as an adult. I don't feel like it. I don't feel good. I don't want to do it. It's not fair. And so now we've caught this train of thought that leads us to nothing but sadness and sorrow and depression and toxicity and bearing no fruit. Nothing's going to happen. But if we wake up thinking thoughts of faith and gratitude and joy and beauty and opportunities and success and health and wealth and family and friends, anything that has to do with success and joy and movement and optimism, we're going to move in that direction. We're going to be talking differently, we're going to be feeling differently, and we're going to be acting differently. And when you act differently, you get different results. It's very simple. But you and I have to break our habits. You and I have to be very careful and be very watchful of what we're thinking. As a man, as a woman thinketh, so is he, so is she. That is a principle that is timeless, that is true. But do you really get it? That what you think about, you are putting out into the atmosphere, and it's changing you internally, and it's changing you externally. And if you want to attract joy and peace and abundance and success and love and right relationships, you have to think on those things. You have to talk about those things. You've got to feel those things. And you have to act like those things. And when you do, you'll find so many people that want to be on the train with you. Okay? So if you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, if you woke up and caught on the wrong train of thought, it's time to get another ticket. Now, I want you to think about visiting my website if you haven't already done it. It is JewelDiamondTaylor.com. And there you can read my blogs, you can listen to my audio podcast, you can watch some of my videos, you can find out where I'm going to be speaking soon. You can invite me to come and speak to your conference, your church, your retreat, your college campus. I would love to. I do all those things. I know I was born for this. And I thank you for watching, and I thank you for sharing this video message. God bless you, and stay in the light.